Hi everyone, this is Mr. Honigman here, and I am making this video to help all of you elementary age students out there with the TDA. In Wisconsin, it's the text dependent analysis. For a lot of students and teachers, this is the hardest part of the Wisconsin Forward exam, and I'm here to tell you that there are ways and strategies that you can make it easy on yourself. So before we even start looking at the actual test here, um, we need to talk about what it's made up of. We have a passage that we're going to read here. This is called the passage, P-A-S-S-A-G-E. We've got the question here. We've got our response here. So when you click on this, you're actually going to see a little area that you can type in to write your response. Okay. And then you've got all these tools available for you up here. So the TDA is designed to mirror or show you exactly what it's like to read a passage and then to have the necessary tools to write a response. So here are some tips for the TDA. Number one, you can do this. That's right, you can do it. Anyone can do it. The very first thing you're going to want to do is read the question. Okay, because the TDA is oftentimes 2-3 pages long. In this case, if you look right here, you'll see it's 4 pages long. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 pages, and within those passages, there's actually 2 actual pieces to read: the Legend of the Blackfish and Orca Rescue. So you're reading 2 different stories in here, and then you're answering questions. If you're going to be doing that, you better know what you need to know. So reading the question first is a great strategy to help you out because it gives you a crystal clear focus on what you need to look for while you're reading. Instead of reading the whole thing and then reading the question later and finding out, oh my gosh, I have to reread this to find out where all the answers are. Okay, so step 1, read the question first. And the question is right over here, boys and girls, okay? Step 2, use the tools provided. Okay, I can't say this enough. All these tools here may not work for you, but 1 or 2 might. So when you practice this, let's start with the line guide. Okay, the line guide helps you stay focused and not miss any key information. Right? So when you click on the line guide, this little prompt will come up here, and you can click on that icon, and it follows you as you follow the story. Okay, so you don't get lost. I know when I was a kid, I could have really used a line guide. We've got the highlighter. The highlighter tool makes it easier to find evidence, examples in the text. So when you're actually looking for the examples and evidence, you click on the highlighter, and sure enough, all you have to do is click and drag, and it highlights different parts of the story for you. And when you move on to the next page, and then you go back again, it's still there. The sticky note is kind of like the highlighter. It allows you to find things, but it also allows you to write notes down, and you can use your own words. So, for example, if you think of an idea here and you want to write it down, you just click on the sticky note, new sticky note, and pop it wherever you want to pop it. And then you can write down information. Okay. So that's step 2. Step 1, read the question first. Step 2, use the tools provided. Step 3, for me and for my students, this is really important. Okay, because typing is not a strength for 3rd graders. Begin writing immediately. Instead of reading the whole passage and then going back to write everything, cut your time in half. Write down your notes and answers while you read. Okay, this gives you enough time and energy to go back and revise and edit. If you're spending the whole time reading this whole thing, and then you're going back, you're not writing anything down while you're reading, you're going to have to reread anyway to get your information. So let's try to do all of these skills together. Write, read, write, and find your evidence all at the same time. And then the last step, use the writer's checklist at the end. Okay, this will remind you if you missed a step in the writing process. The writing checklist, the writer's checklist is right here. It's a good way at the very end to just check and make sure that you've done everything you needed to do to make your TDA the best response possible. That is it. Those are the strategies that I'm offering you today. And then our next section is actually how to write the TDA response. And we're going to use the RACE strategy: restate the question, answer the question, cite the source, and explain your response. And we'll talk about that more on the next video.